contradicted, right? Your expectation, you should do what? Reapply. Re-expect again. Because this is not what I applied for. This is not what I was expecting. This is not the answer I need. Listen, whatever the devil brings to you that is not nice is a suggestion. When you accept it, it becomes permanent. Can I say that again? That's what the Bible was asking. He said, whose report do you believe? Is it the report of man or the report of God? When the doctor said, oh, there is cancer here. You said to the doctor, I don't have cancer. There is cancer. I don't have cancer. I said there is cancer. I said I don't have cancer. Then the edge is 50-50 now. Am I making sense here? But when the person receives the result and you start crying, it means you have accepted defeat. And there are many of us, many times, who have accepted defeat. There are certain things some of us have tried in our family. We started to do. Some of you have laid your hands to do business. And certain things happen. Shake his game. The business went down the dresser. Go back again. Restart again. Am I making sense here? Do what? Restart again. Because if there is no future for you in that business, if there's no future for you in the business, what the devil will allow you to go successfully. You didn't hear me? Anything that does not have a heavy return in your destiny, when you are doing it, the devil will not bother to negotiate. But the day you start doing the right things, you make up your mind to do that which will bring greatness to your life, the devil will contend with it. There are certain things some of us have started. Certain things, maybe your academy, in different aspects of your life, different areas where you just attempted it, but because of the result you got, you just felt like, let me just move away. Let me shy away. Listen, sir. In destiny, if you must be a champion, you must accept the statement of no retreat, no surrender. Am I making sense here? It's either he walks or he walks. There's a drink called 7-Up today. Many of you drink. How many of you have seen 7-Up? It's called a drink. Do you know that drink called 7-Up, the founder, the originator of that drink, he had a taste. He had a picture. There was a taste, a feeling he had in his mind that he wanted to create. He attempted it the first time. He didn't get what he wanted. He attempted it the second time. He didn't get what he wanted. The third time. The fourth time. The fifth time. He still didn't get that taste. There was something unique he wanted to create from what other people were already consuming. He needed a different feeling. The sixth time he tried it. It didn't work. The seventh one, he got what he wanted. He named it 7-Up. Now imagine if he has given up the first and second day. Listen to me, child of God. It's your responsibility to wait until that which you want, until that which you need, until that which it is, until that which is good enough for you comes. Do everything possible to wait. If you study Daniel chapter 10 from verse 12 down, Daniel chapter 10 from verse 12, the angel said to Daniel, he said, from the day you chested the heart to pray, he said that whereas your head, and the Lord heard you. The answer was released. Your prayer was released. The answer to your prayer was released. He said, but the prince of Persia withstood me for 21 days. But the Bible said, man, that the very day Daniel prayed, that was the day the Lord released the answer. But for 20 days, there was a traffic. But the Bible did not tell us that Daniel left the place of prayer. Daniel stayed back there until the answer he asked for came. So it's your responsibility to make up your mind that I have made up my mind that in this school, if I'm to graduate as a student, whether from the union, I'm living with first class degree, or I'm living with so. Am I making sense here? So whatever you make up your mind for, get ready to fight for it. Am I speaking to somebody here? For 20 days, Daniel was still in the place of prayer, still waiting on God for that which he had expected, that which he has asked for. Now question, if Daniel has prayed for 5 days and he said to God, maybe God is wicked, I don't think he wants to answer me, I believe that is how the prince of Persia would have withstood and would have withheld the Gabriel from bringing the answer. And after a while, because there is no longer supplication, because there was no longer request, because there was no longer fire on the altar, because there was no longer incense in the place of prayer, Gabriel would have returned back with the answer. So many of us have received a default in setting expectation and request because we lack the grace and the ability to continue. The grace for continuity, the ability for consistency. Am I talking to somebody here? The Bible said the effectual fervent prayer of the righteous righteous man, it availeth much. Another version said the heartfelt continuous prayer. And he says, see that a man that is diligent. There are many things that some of us started, but because of certain result that came at the beginning, we just turned our back and said, I don't think this thing will work. I don't think this thing is going to. No, sir. The reason why you got a negative response in the beginning was because there was something tangible for you there. There is something substantial. There is something meaningful. There is something colorful connected to that thing. So it becomes your responsibility to make up your mind. The Bible said, as soon as Zion travailed, he said she brought forth. So it's your duty to stay, to keep trying, to keep pushing, to keep pressing. Am I talking to somebody here? For 21 days, the prince of Persia withstood the answer of Daniel, but there was a consistent sacrifice. There was a man who made up his mind, who continually poured water, who continually poured incense rather in the place of prayer. On the 21st day, the angel saw that the requests were still coming, and they said, ask, who is this person? And they said, sir, it's still Daniel. And the Lord said, for 21 days I have released this answer. There are many of us who the Lord has answered long time ago, but there were forces and powers, principalities, rulers of darkness, foundational pattern and structures, who came to interject, who came to look into, who came to hijack, who came to hinder, who came to put a restriction into certain answers, into certain blessings that the Lord has ordained for us. Oh, young lady, you have asked for this, you've asked for that. Hear me, child of God. There is nothing you have asked of that is still in the hand of God. He's not a wicked father. Whatever you have asked for has been released. Either a system on earth has hijacked it, or a system from your family, a system from your foundations, or from your background. But I came to pray for you this morning that in the name of Jesus, the grace and the appetite, the discipline to be consistent, the discipline to try, the strength for courage to continually push it until your miracle comes, until your testimony comes, until your breakthrough comes, until your wonders happen. Receive it this morning. I say receive it this morning. I say receive it this morning. I say receive it this morning. Listen to me, child of God. It make it a duty, sir. Don't settle for the less. Everyone, young man, hearing me. Don't settle for the less in life and in destiny. If it's not what you want, reapply again. If it's not, don't settle for the less. Don't let the devil deceive you. Hear me, sir. Do you know that many of us have accepted the report of the devil in a way that we are not even living with it as if that is how God wired our life? There's a way you can stay inside toilet for too long, you won't persist smell again. Are you aware? I know many of you don't know toilet. They'll call it restroom. It's a restroom. Well, restroom. Yeah. Yeah. In it. Good. There's a way you can be inside a smell for long. You won't perceive it again. Because you have been there for a while. So it's not, you are not acquainted with that odor. You can even be making call. And somebody else is passing. And he say, And you are saying, hello, I'll be going to the bus station. You are caught because you have been there for a while. There's a way you can live inside darkness, you start seeing. When you have stayed inside darkness for too long, you start seeing. You can pick your charger. You can move. And the blessing, you know. And this is how the devil has made many believers to think that this is how God wanted. That this delay in conception is the will of God. That this delay is not the will of God, sir. He said in the beginning it was not so. When men slept, he said the enemy came to do what? So I'm disabusing your mindset today. Don't say to students, hear me. You can make good grade in that school. If only you can consistently. No matter what the result they gave you at first year, it's not a deal. Make up your mind. We are coming back again. Because after first half, there is second half. You didn't hear me? After what? First half, there is what? Second half. So, and life is always wired in a way that is in a complete season. There are certain things going on in your life now, sir. It's not the will of God. I'm telling you for free, sir. It's not the what? The will of God. This is not the plan of God. The reason why it's still happening is because you have refused to react. Because you have not known the mind of God. He said, for the thought I think towards you. He said, they are the thought of peace. He said, the thought of good and not of evil, but to bring you into an expected end. Hear me, child of God. God has a good plan for you. So the reason why you are tolerating the devil, you are tolerating this negativity and essence, it's time to break out. It's time to rehab. The mother of John said, this is not what God told my husband. This is not what God revealed to us. The angel did not tell us that the child will be called Zechariah. He told us that the child will be called John. Thank God she did not close her mouth. Thank God that she was not quiet. She responded, sir. She reacted. There are some of you here who the Lord has given a big ministry, who the Lord gave a national voice. The Lord gave you the voice of a nation. The Lord has given you certain capacity, certain gift that is needed, not just in the state. You are too big. What you carry is too much to be contained by a city, to be contained by a family. You are a national treasure. You are a national weapon, a generational material. But because of certain failures and certain disappointment of life, sometimes you just feel like surrendering. You feel like not trying again. No, sir. There are some family where nobody build a house, nobody buy a land. People don't do this. People don't do that. You start something, you start receiving attack. There are some family where some people plan to start up something good. A problem will come from nowhere to scatter their finance. Hear me. Don't give up. Don't stop. Because if you bow to that devil, he's going to bend your children. He's going to bend those that will come after you. But the Bible says surely. He says surely. He says surely there is an end. He says surely there is an end. That the expectations of the righteous, it did not be cut short. I decree that whatever your expectations are in your academy, in your finance, in your marriage, in your business, in your contract, in your project, everyone expectation you have, everyone good deeds you have, I decree in the name of Jesus, supernaturally there is an intervention coming. There is a supply coming. There is a favor coming. There is a supply coming. There is a favor coming. There is a supply coming. There is a favor coming. If you believe, shout and receive it. Listen, no retreat, no surrender. Make up your mind, not so. I said this again, sir. Your reaction is your portion. There are certain things you see in the life of your children, man. Sir, there are certain things you see in the life of your son. You say, no, this is not what God told me and my husband. This is not what God told. There are some children, sir. When the children were still in the womb, you had certain dreams. Am I making sense here? You had certain prophecies. Those were the true definition of that seed you were carrying. But today, sir, you see them. A child of yours used to be brilliant 4 years ago, 5 years ago, but now it looks as if he can't even remember to know the father's name. Don't keep quiet as a father. Don't keep quiet as a mother. It's your duty to react. It's your duty to go mad. Am I talking to somebody here? Young boy, young girl, you have evaluated yourself. You have examined yourself, and something brings you to a conclusion that 3 years ago it looks as if I was better than this. I was articulated than this. I was more articulate. I was more focused. I was more dedicated. My destiny was on precision. Anything I do it according to redeeming of time. Everything about my life was strategically fixed, strategically